Hi, I'm Claudia Brown-Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I'm your IEP coach. Let's talk about how we handle disagreements in the IEP process. Remember, it's okay to disagree. You are not a bad person for disagreeing. You are not a difficult parent for disagreeing. It's okay to disagree. Don't be afraid of disagreeing. Who cares what they think about you? You got to answer to your child eventually. So don't worry about if they like you or not. It's okay to disagree. But let's talk about how we disagree in such a manner that doesn't cause a war. We don't need a war, because the thing about war in education is once the war has been decided and there's a winner and loser, you still got to go to school on Monday. You still got to sit in another IEP meeting with these folks that you beat them in war or they beat you in the war. Let's just not go to war. Let's resolve conflict before. Or let's have these peace talks now. Okay, first thing, I need you to trust your instincts. Ask questions. If something feels off or wrong, ask for clarification. Can you show me the data that supports this decision? Feelings are not data. How does this goal address my child's current challenges? I will be taking a draft home so that I can look at this further. I won't be signing today. You have time to do that. That's absolutely okay. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it might be. So ask questions. How you ask questions is really, really important. You don't want to ask questions from a place of smugness and I know better and I'm here to make you look dumb. Ask from a place of curiosity. Okay, well, I'm just really not understanding. How does this support it? I'm not seeing this in the data. Can you show me in the data? Oh, there is no data. Okay, so are you going to get data? Well, if there isn't data to support this change, then this change shouldn't be happening. There is data? Okay, great. Let's see it. 2, request changes to the IEP. You can request a change in goals. You can request additional services. You can request placement changes. It doesn't mean that they're going to say yes, but you certainly can request them. You don't have to sit in that IEP and go, as if you're in the principal's office and that you're in trouble. No, request these changes. Now, don't request them informally though. Send a written request, even if it's via email, a formal written request in the right format so that they realize, oh, this is a formal request. I am required to respond in a certain amount of days. That's the type of request you want to send. You want to be specific about what you want, where you want it to happen, why you want it to happen, and reference your child's needs in the data, not just I prefer this teacher over that teacher. That's not supported by data. 3, know your dispute resolution options. Let's say you're not agreeing. You can ask for an independent facilitator, a neutral person to come in and facilitate this conversation. Sometimes I do that. Because I'm a trained mediator, I can come in and facilitate these types of conversations. Now, not if I'm coaching you. No, that's a conflict of interest. But I can come in. If the school's like, no, we only have internal people who work for us, you can say, no, thank you. I want somebody outside. You still need to pay for it, school district, but I want somebody outside who is not worried about losing their jobs if they don't like the way this facilitation goes. So you can bring somebody in. The school district will pay for it. You can also have some mediation. Now, you can also file for due process. That resolves. All court cases are a form of dispute resolution. They're just not all peaceful. You can file for due process. You can file a state complaint. This is a way to resolve disputes, but that's far more contentious than asking for an IEP facilitation, an independent neutral to facilitate those IEPs. Let me explain this. An independent neutral is someone who does not work for the school district, who is not involved at all in working with the school district in terms of knowing your case or knowing you in your case, other than coming in from the outside, helping to facilitate, help guide these conversations, help resolve conflict so that there is better communication among the team so we can get a working IEP. That's what they do. That's what they do. Now, your independent neutral may work with this district over and over and over and over and over again, but it doesn't mean that they're not neutral. It doesn't mean that they're not independent. They're from outside. 4, I need you to keep your focus on your child, not the conflict. You are there not to keep fighting. You are there to make sure your child gets what they need. So tap into resources. If you're in California, we have SELPAs, and as part of the SELPA, we have community advisory councils. Ooh, the CAC. Listen, I don't even remember I'm sorry. I know it by the initials. This is a group of parents, and they go talk to these parents and see if they have some resources and ideas for you to help you resolve the conflict. And you can even say, I didn't ask that question. I don't think you're not doing your job. Maybe you do. But you go, no, I'm not blaming you. I'm not doing any of that. If you are blaming them, it's probably better not to say that you're blaming them. Sometimes people err on the side of truthfulness where it hurts. Truth is a weapon. It can be a sword to cut down, or it can be a scalpel to heal. You get to decide how you use it. So if you're just like out for blood, I am blaming you. You crap teacher. The school doesn't know how to do anything. You can do that. Don't call me. I don't want to work with you. Don't call me. Or you can say, I'm not trying to blame anyone, even though in your head you're like, I know it's you, so-and-so. I'm not trying to blame anyone. I just want to get to the bottom of this so that we can have a working agreement and continue our working relationship so that my child can have a productive life as an adult, be a productive member of our society, that we're meeting his needs or her needs. And you want to bring documentation, progress reports, evaluation, therapy notes, anything you have to support your viewpoint. Disagreements do not have to turn into battles. It does not have to turn into a war. It does not have to end your relationship with the people at the school. Why would you want that? Why would you want to wage war on people who are with your child for 7 hours out of the day? That's not a good idea. You can build bridges though. You can make peace and still resolve conflict. Last thought, have you ever been in a relationship with someone where there's just so much conflict, it's so toxic, and you just have to get away, versus you're in a relationship with someone different and there's conflict, but you're able to have a conversation, you're able to resolve conflict, and your relationship ends stronger? Instead of a broken relationship, you have a stronger relationship. That should be your goal when you are working with the rest of the IEP team. It is not to annihilate and end a relationship. It is to strengthen a relationship, because who is at the center of all of this? It's your child. And you don't want a broken relationship that hurts your child. You want a strong team relationship that supports your child. That should be your driving force. So as you face disagreements, remember, my child is at the center of this. What things do I say or do that protect them? That should be your goal. If you need help, if you have questions, there's a link below where you can schedule a time to talk with me. I would love to talk with you, hear about your situation, and see if I can help in any way. You are not alone. Your child is not alone. You're going to get through this, and you're going to raise an amazing human being. So be encouraged. You can do this. It's all going to be okay.